A quad pelt is 4 sheepskins that have been sewn together. My single pelt is gorgeously warm. I've been toasty lying on it at 0. Top quilt and this, my bare back would be on all this soft wool here. I shall see you in the morning anyway. I do have video of my original camp with my single pelt sheepskin. So the sheepskin rug has been posed as a question on lots of forums, including hammock.net, and it seems nobody's done it, but I've done it plenty, both as a ground dweller and as a hammock camper. It works very well. Just add some fruit juice in, give it a stir. And some people across the pond there have been using reindeer hide under their pad or in the tent for years, and you can get a good reindeer hide as a second for about 30 quid. It's been carried in the frame pack with a Bergen cover on. I really just want to show you that just a sleeping bag and just a sheepskin will keep you warm. Now there's some extras in the pack here. I brought with me a sack, a Hessian sack. This is going to be my coverall for my duck down sleeping bag. Oh, now I didn't think I'd pack this, but I have. It's really thick neck pillow. So this and this is what was weighing the pack down, but I do like a bit of comfort. What else? Really nasty cheap basher. This is going up. I think we got rain tonight. Here's the new modified system. So some of the extras, I'm going to have to find which pocket they're in. Other one is my little Boy Scout heater, and I'm going to keep this running all night and see how long I get out of it. If you've seen me do the tin space heaters episode, this is it. I love them. It's a tin, it has card rolled into it and melted wax tipped in. I've got a feeling this will go for a couple of hours, if not more. I'll be really surprised if it made it through till the morning, but a windshield around that once it starts going dark, and this is in lieu of a fire. Little heater, shield, pick. It's not totally necessary, but it's far easier than a shovel. A really cheap nasty basher. Unnecessary neck pillow. Fuel uses whatever it uses. The fuel's cheap enough, 3 quid, and if I go through 3 quid of fuel in a weekend, it's a cheap holiday. And this also, it's a little lantern. It takes tea light candle. Just giving myself again just some comfort. It's going to be a dark night. Glacier cup and stove. Now I bet me 1 cup of coffee that I can have this hammock up and the bottom insulation in and the top insulation before my water's boiled for my brew. The race is on. As soon as I light it, there's the flame. That's on. The water's going to be coming to a boil if I don't watch it. First hitch. stop the clock. So I'm using 6mm polypropylene yachting rope, and I've tied a loop into one of the ends. This is a 5 metre length hook in 𝙬𝙤𝙞. This goes around a tree and then clipped in over itself. This is a really quick setup. Tied the prusik from bottom to top. I grab this 6mm and I can slide it up. Same both ends. But for now, I've got a brew on the go. So carrying a wool blanket or even a sheepskin like this is nothing. It is nothing. And it is wider at one end, which I'm going to use for my shoulders. I'm just going to hang up my solar panel while I've still got some light, and we'll have a look at it all laid in. If you suffer from nightmares or bad dreams, just make sure your feet are facing north. So there you go, that's the extent of the bottom insulation. Now you notice there is nothing else other than this. It's quite a thick pile. Get in and test it, next job. Oh, this is better. You can see it's come right up over my shoulder. This little skin here, the sheepskin rug, I know for a fact from underneath it's going to keep me lovely and warm below zero. This is why sheep aren't cold. When it comes to the top section, I only use down. This is the foot section here, and as you can see, it is totally uninsulated. Now I have a foam reflective as well, which sits in here. So let's dress the foot end. I have a foam back reflector. It doesn't have the bubbles on. It can just sit in folded like that with the foot over it like that, and wrap the hessian sack around everything. The hessian sack is quite long from my neck right down to my ankles here. This is what I like doing with my 90-pack bag if I'm ground dwelling in a bivvy, and sometimes I'll pull all of it all the way over my sleeping bag. I've also brought with me these are my famous hammock socks. They're wool, a wool knit and a Sherpa fleece inner. NBC smock, it's like a buffalo. So that's the ridge line up. Now I can run the ridge line really close to the end of the hammock here. I'm short of cordage, and I don't remember losing it. Now I have a length on the other side which I could cut in half just for tonight. I hate cutting cord, even if it's this cheap variety. It's gonna have to be done. Just about to make my cordage a whole lot shorter. This was off the car boot, 50p. I've also bought with me this here. It's a cat comb, but it is also great for fluffing up the sheepskin rug. Now I'm not defleeing it, it will bring up the loft. Doesn't take much, just up against the tree. Oh yeah, it's lovely and fluffy. So this side here hasn't been fluffed. This side here I've just started on. You can see it makes a big difference. Quite a workout. Up goes the lantern. What I need to do is make sure I have a safe spacing from this little lantern away from me. This is plenty. I don't know if you can see, here's where my lap is. It's a good almost foot, and the little night heater. Okay, things I'm keeping out now. A thermometer. This will give me inside and outside temperatures, so I've got really good data towards this setup here. I have my head torch on a beaner up on the ridge line. My knife is at that end as well, that is my head end. I've got my lantern there that I can just pull to the centre here, and if we look inside said lantern, in there is my lighter. Pretty organised. Right, I wouldn't want to carry this out again. Although it's a down sleeping bag, it's more weight than I want to carry. I've never ever had any issues from sheepskin not keeping my shoulders and my backside warm. Always it has. Little foot box I've made, seems to be working fine. Hessian sack over the bottom of the sleeping bag with a reflector pad, that's in there too underneath. I'm going to practice having a cup of tea and see where I want my cook kit for the morning. Well, I've got the little lantern here. It's well gone 10:30 for me. 22 degrees inside. Boy Scout heater. And as you can see, it is pitch black out there. I am toasty warm. So I'm going to get some shut eye and I'll come back to you in the morning and I'll tell you what everything was like. 1990. Lovely. Now the sheepskin rug, amazing. For anywhere where it touched my body was warm. I'm gonna make a coffee and start getting ready. Did appreciate my Hessian sack over my sleeping bag. Speaking of which, I did actually get into my sleeping bag last night. Doesn't matter about compressing the loft of the sleeping bag, the sheepskin works just fine. Slept with my hammock socks on all night. At one point I did take just one sock off just to see what kind of extra value they were giving. I soon put it back on, I can tell you that. Boy Scout tin heater, and I don't know how many hours that went for, but I fell asleep with it on. It threw out a nice bit of heat. I really do like this. Woke up to go for a wee at 3:30 and then just couldn't get back to sleep for a good hour. It was annoying me. Just was awake. I wasn't cold, I was just awake. And right above me up here, 2 owls, male and female. I couldn't believe my luck. They were calling to each other and settled right here. And it's the female of the species that always calls you twit, and it's the male of the species who always replies who. Right, a wee and a brew. Now over the past few weeks I've been bringing out different elements of kit to try out, and some have had more success than others, and some of them I thought just needed to be readdressed. Oh, it's better. There's some blood circulating. I have a really super lightweight system, so that'll be the down under quilt, the down top quilt. it'll be really compact and lightweight. Nice. Anyway, the question was posed on the forum, can you sleep just with sheepskin rug? And the answer is yes. You get a really, really nice toasty warm backside. Sheepskin rug worked pretty well. Don't be put off by the thought of it being bulky or heavy. It's not, and it works. Till next time, take care.